Hi, you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a pretty good one myself, I must say, although very surreal, to be sure. For today's class, this video is going to be shorter than the other ones, I hope. I've got an assignment that I'd like you to do. I'm going to count it as the test grade portion of this section. And so I want to tell you how to do it, what to do, and then let you have time to work on it in class today. A few reminders before I get into that. Don't forget that we'd like you to turn in all your work on LMS. Most of you did that, and of course it's weird because we haven't done it all year, but we were asked to have you do that just so we can kind of keep track of it through LMS, and hopefully LMS is going to be quicker this week as they've adjusted to this big change. So turn that on LMS. If you want to always, you can email it to me if you want as well, or put it on Google Drive as well, but do your best to get it on LMS. And then don't forget, you have to complete the attendance poll during the allotted time. We're trying on these Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays to make sure that you are present in class when we're doing stuff. So you have to do it then. If you're having a problem, send me an email and let me know you are having a problem, and that way I can email you this, or I can email you other things, but that way I'll know you're present and working on class during class time. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Instead of just giving you a whole bunch of multiple choice questions and some more short answer questions, I thought I'm going to give you 10 multiple choice questions from the section, and what I want you to do is I want you to be able to explain why this information is important. Most of the time with these multiple choice questions, I'm not asking you simply random stuff, but I'm drawing your attention to the big moments, the things that help us see kind of what it's been all about. And, as you remember those details, hopefully they point out something bigger about what we've been talking about. And so with these multiple choice questions, I want you to be able to tell me how this information fits in with the bigger picture of the section about race and racism. Now, you're not going to have to do all 10, you're just going to have to do 2. So take a look at them and then choose the one that you think you can provide the strongest answer for, and I want you to write a paragraph answering my question. And I'll give you some instructions and an example later on. So then after you do that first one, choose a second one and write a second paragraph, and do write a second paragraph. Well, pretend like I didn't mess up there. And I'll grade the first one, and if it's good enough, then you'll get full credit and we'll move on. If I need to read the second one, I will, and I'll grade whichever one is better. And if it's not very good, then I will give you feedback like I did with Thursday's work and give you a chance to improve. Now, in your paragraph, make sure that you talk about the specifics of the question. So tell me kind of what happened and what the right answer is, just so that I know that you know what that moment is all about. And then I want you to talk about how it fits in with the bigger picture of the unit. So there's a challenge with this work to be specific and then to be general, to kind of tie in what happened there, but then to take it and fit it into how it fits with the larger picture of the section. One more thing, several of the questions are similar, and so you can't choose both, basically given the same answer for both ones. And so on the list, I'll list which ones can't be paired together. Okay, so let's say that one of the questions was the question about when a student chimes in, "She's a brown eye." So I'm asking you, like, what's important about that moment, and then how does it fit in with a bigger picture of the unit? And so, first you'd have to talk about what happens there, how, this is a moment when a student finally generalizes on his own, and Miss Elliott's been telling him all kinds of bad stuff, but finally now a student generalizes, sees something bad, and takes that to tell him about all the brown-eyed people in the room. It's no longer about Lori, but it is about all the brown-eyed people. And so the student now has a prejudice, and the student is watching out for the things that will confirm that prejudice. And when he sees something bad, he sees it as proof that all brown-eyed people are in fact slow and therefore inferior. And then we just need to tie it into the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that this is what we often have done as a society. Once we've gotten an idea about what race means, and the idea that race tells us about different behaviors of people and different possibilities of people and superiority and inferiority of people, we act like the kids in the classroom. They look for negative behaviors to prove that brown-eyed people are inferior. And we have our antenna up to the things that will prove whatever prejudices we have. And once we kind of become convinced of that, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy in our minds where we will continually see things that seem to prove what we believe already. Never realizing, of course, that we're missing all kinds of great behaviors, and we're usually not even paying attention to the similar negative behaviors in other people because it doesn't conform to that prejudice that we have. So that's the assignment for today. I want a full paragraph for each of the two that you choose. Make sure that it's clear to me which questions you have chosen, and work on being specific about what happens in the question, but then also trying to kind of fit it in generally to the larger picture of the unit. Turn in your work on LMS, and don't forget about taking the poll and emailing me during the class time if ever you have a problem. All right, have a great Monday, y'all. Okay guys, last minute addition. I looked at my list of multiple choice questions, and I've decided that there's no sense for you to do 2 paragraphs. So just do 1 paragraph and make it good. So just do 1, not 2, and make it good. That way you can focus on that and hopefully answer 1 really well. Alright, hop to it. Okay guys, I have looked at my list of multiple choice questions, and I have decided that you only have to do 1. Only 1. This is not working. Let's get rid of this.